Claim number 3, we live under a matriarchy, not a patriarchy. So this is the moment in the video where things get just a little bit tense because Candace drops a line. We don't live in a patriarchy anymore, we live in a matriarchy. Women hold more social and emotional power than men now. And the entire room glitches because, wait, what? Isn't patriarchy baked into our institutions, our laws, our paychecks? Isn't it still men who dominate boardrooms, politics, religion? But here's the thing, Candace is playing a different game. She's not talking about who writes the laws, she's talking about who controls the social narrative, who influences culture, dating dynamics, gender roles, even school curriculums. And in that realm, she argues, women, especially progressive, feminist-leaning women, have way more power than we acknowledge. Her thesis is basically this: men are afraid to speak honestly, afraid to lead, afraid to challenge anything labeled feminist, because doing so could cost them their job, reputation, or even their families. She's referenced family courts, cancel culture, TikTok trends about manipulating men for money, and the rise of gender double standards that paint masculinity as inherently toxic, but never hold women to the same level of scrutiny. So here's where it gets interesting. Like most of the things that she says, she's not completely wrong. There has been a culture shift. In some circles, especially online, masculinity is viewed with suspicion by default. Men are told to do better, to sit down, to shut up and listen, and when they push back, they're labeled as fragile or misogynistic. Meanwhile, there's a rise in content that romanticizes emotional immaturity in women or defends manipulative behavior as feminine wiles. Candace's argument is, if men behave the way modern women are encouraged to behave, they'd be crucified, but when women do it, it's empowerment. And look, there is a tiny shred of truth to that. There are double standards. We should be able to critique both genders with honesty and compassion. And yes, there's a way in which feminism has, at times, devolved into a superiority complex instead of a equality movement, but here's where Candace loses me again. She overcorrects. She takes a few examples like family court biases or viral clips on TikTok and stretches them into a sweeping claim that patriarchy is dead and women now run the world. And that's just not grounded at all, because the hard data doesn't lie. Women still earn less for the same work in most industries. Women are still underrepresented in politics and executive leadership. Women still carry the majority of domestic and emotional labor in households. Violence against women, especially trans women and women of color, is still a global epidemic. To call this a matriarchy is like seeing a few pink billboards and declaring, see, feminism won. It completely ignores the structural realities that still shape women's lives. But here's the nuance that Candace completely misses. We're not in a patriarchy. We're not in a matriarchy.